gave me a bad intro, so I'm gonna do my own. Good evening, everyone. My name is Shirley Farrell, and I am delighted to be here tonight, though sadly at the reason for it. I met Nikki Giovanni first time when I was a student at Talladega College, my freshman year. She was there for another reason, but came to our creative writing class. And we kind of all sat in a circle, listened to her talk and read a bit of her poetry. And then she asked if anyone wanted to read one of her poems. Both hands went up. I used to be shy, but that was a long time. We won't talk about that now. But I really was thrilled with her. I had watched and listened to her during the 60s, mid-60s. I was a teenager growing up in the Black South, which was in revolution, baby, with changing. Yes, and she was helping us by helping herself. I want to do this one first because otherwise I won't. And this one I wrote, and not inspired by Nikki, but kind of sort of, because she inspired me to write what I felt. When I was a teenager, things were difficult in my world, personal and general. And so all of the strength that I could garner from anywhere, all of the things that I could be taught, could learn from anyone, I wanted that. Sometimes, when I sit on my porch and I see my neighbor's trees so tall and so majestic, their trunks vivid black, their leaves vibrant green and leafy, but then I realize my tree towers over my house. It is as vivid and green. It is taller and more majestic than any tree on the street. Matter of fact, my tree is actually the best looking tree on our street. But the thing is, I can't see it from my porch like that. So when I'm sitting on my porch and I'm looking at my neighbor's trees, they do seem awesome and gigantic and so powerful. But then I get off my porch and I walk down to the street because I have to go down 20 plus steps in order to see all of my tree. Because it's so high that from my porch, I can only see a portion of my tree. I have to go down to street level and look up to see my glorious, awesome tree. Other folk ain't got nothing on me. It's all a matter of perspective.
Very good.
As I said, Miss Nikki, I really feel complimented to you. I'm going to refer to her as Miss Nikki. I'm of that generation, so she was just Nikki to me always. But ooh, did I love her. As I mentioned, growing up wasn't always an easy time for me, like most of us. And there were times when I had been like really mad. You ever been really, really mad? I mean like fighting. Get your dukes up, get your boots on, get the Vaseline, let's do it. I have been that way. Thank God I learned to control it. Well, you all see. So when I first read this poem by Giovanni, I thought, glory be to God, somebody has written about this one. I don't have to write it. And it is the first thing that came to mind when I learned to forgive. In the Black community and culture, tends to be nationwide. We kind of have a theme for what a friend we have in Jesus. It's like our funeral hymn. So I'm gonna go with that and then go right into When I Die. Nikki Giovanni. our sins and grief to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. When I die, I hope no one ever heard me cries. And if they cry, I hope their eyes fall out. And a million maggots that had made up their brain crawl from the empty holes and devour their flesh. And that cover the evil that passed itself off as a person that I probably tried to love. When I die, I hope every worker in the National Security Council, the Interpol, the FBI, and the CIA, the Foundation for the Development of Black Women, gets an extra bonus. Maybe they take one day off. Maybe they even ask why they didn't work as hard for us as they did for them. But it always seems to be that way. Please, don't let them read Nikki Rosa. Maybe just let some black woman who called herself my friend go around and collect all the books. And let some black man who said it was negative of me tell him to be a man. Let him collect every picture, every poster. Let him burn them, throw acid on them, shit on them like they did me when I tried to live. And as soon as I die, I hope everyone who loved me learns the meaning of my death, which is a simple lesson. Don't do what you do very well and enjoy it. It scares white folks and it makes black folks really mad. But I do hope someone tells my son his mother liked the little ladies with their blue dresses and hats and gloves that's sitting by the window to watch the dawn come up his valley. That smiling at an old man and petting a dog don't detract from manhood. So somebody please tell him I knew all along that what would be is what will be. But I wanted to be a new person. My rebirth was stifled, not by the master, but by the slave. And if I ever touched a life, I hope that life knows that I know that touching